Hey everybody, we are on our final phase of our little forest house. This is a silicone mold we're going to be using. Now I did try it with the clay first, as you'll see. And when I went to go bake the clay, I discovered that I can't multitask anymore. Turned around to get some dishes done while the clay was cooking, and I burnt the clay. Not a little burnt. We're talking it was charcoal. There was no saving it. There was smoke, and I was just like, okay. So I'm going to go through and try to do it with the clay. And when I switch to using the Eco Resin, you'll know why. Now what I'm using is the white polymer clay, which you can use. It bakes in the oven, very low temperature, very quickly. So just, unlike me, keep an eye on it. And you can totally just use the polymer clay on it. Won't cause a problem. So what I'm doing here is I'm just softening the clay and rolling it, trying to get it pliable, which is why I'm off screen doing it, because my hands don't like do what I want them to do. So I'm just softening it, rolling it, kneading it, kind of like when you're baking bread. You just want to knead it a little bit so it gets softer, and then I just push it into the mold.
Drips of honey, drops of dew. Every flaw she makes it true. Imperfections shine like new. Marbled skies and oceans crest, pouring out her soul's request. No such thing as second best when she's wearing her own dress. Oh, the world is done.
Now we're going to pull them out of the mold. There's the lungs, or rib cage. Sorry, not lungs, rib cage. Then we have the cameo skull. And then the skull and crossbones. And then those are supposed to be two skeletons, but the faces kind of look like aliens to me. I don't know if you guys see what I saw, but it just looked like two alien skulls. And I'm just cleaning up a little bit around, trying to get all the mess moved out of the way before I go bake these. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys are getting what we've got here. We've got a massive thunderstorm going on. Not so much thunder because it's Delaware and we don't really get thunder and lightning. Maybe once in a blue moon. But we got some kick and wind. And apparently I'm still cleaning. I was going to speed this part up, but I'd already added the overlay music, and if I sped up the video, the music would have too. Oh look, I did another skull. I thought about speeding it up, and then I thought how silly it would sound. So I didn't. I'm trying to get the flower pot to flatten on the bottom so it can sit on the bookshelf nice and pretty on the inside. Move the greenery and the flowers out of the way. Okay, so now that I have burnt the clay pieces, we're going to move on to the Eco Resin, that word. So for the Eco Resin, I am using the Let's Resin Magic Powder. It's a 3-to-1. So for every 3 parts of the powder, you're going to add 1 part of the water. So I am doing 30 milliliters of the powder and 10 milliliters of the water. And you're going to mix it up. You kind of want that pancake batter consistency. That's what you're going for. So if you do the 3-to-1, it works out really well. But if you kind of get a little more than you wanted to of the powder, just add a touch more water, stir it up really good until it gets that really nice pancake batter consistency. And this, you want to make sure you work it really well. You stir really good. But you've only got 30 minutes to work with it before it hardens. So you don't want to spend too much time. We're going to pour it into the molds. And there we go. No, I did not do this neatly at all, but it's fine. This stuff's a pretty easy cleanup. You just wait for it to dry and then you can like chip it off. Or wash it right away. That works too. Slide that out of the way so I don't get anything else into it. I can see glue strings. Man, I hate glue gun strings. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Your guess is as good as mine. Apparently I'm doing something. Kinda wish I was wiping up all that extra stuff off the table. It's kinda irritating me seeing it all there. Knowing me, I'm probably looking for tiny pieces. But I honestly don't remember. Oh, there we go. I've decided to stick that steampunk piece in front of the mantle. I'm adding little seashells and crystals into the bookcase using my glue gun. I'm so sorry. I will get better at the camera angles, I swear. Right now, I'm just lucky that I remember to hit record. And I got a little popsicle stick. And I was attempting to do some sort of little table, but the popsicle stick, every time I would cut it, it would splinter and split, and I was getting annoyed with it. So I said, never mind, let's skip that. Glue gun strings. And here I am gluing the legs from the little chair we made. And we're gonna pop that right next to the fireplace. Because if you've got a bookcase and you've got a fireplace, you're gonna need a little chair. A little chair. And then I'm gluing the little fern pieces into our flower pot. That's the word I was searching for. And then we're going to glue that on top of the bookcase. Just squish him right in there. And then we're going to take our little cog piece and put it right center in the fireplace. At least I hope that's centered. And then I decided we needed a little rug. So I had this cute little scrapbook piece and I cut it down to size. And we're going to glue that onto the floor. And voila, we have a rug. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Alita. This woman sent me a whole box of absolutely gorgeous tiny things and things to put in resin. I'm super hype, and you guys are going to see a lot of that in the upcoming videos. Alita, if you're watching this, girl, you rock. So now I'm looking at making a window covering. I was going to use Shrinky Dinks, but I didn't really want to bring out my heat gun because it's kind of loud and people were sleeping. So I decided not to, and I went a different direction.
So here's to moments bright and free in the resin world. Just you and me, creating memories, sparkling bright in this art. We find our light.
So this little zebra piece is the exact size of the window I'm going to need. So I'm going to trace it. Any second now, I will trace it. This is how my brain works. I have an idea, and instead of just executing said idea, I think of 10,000 different ways I could execute said idea, and then start narrowing it down. The only problem is, it takes me a while to figure out the best way to do it. Yep. This is why there's a lot of blank spots, because my brain is running a mile a minute and I'm trying to catch up. Really got to get better at those camera angles. I am so sorry, y'all. So this is the glass piece that actually goes inside of this. So I decided to go ahead and trace it right onto the glass piece. Preferably on the back of the glass piece. So I've got my marker and my piece, and I'm going to try and hold it as steady as I can. And just trace around it, because circle windows. Oh my god, if you guys ever like watching tiny things videos, you should check out Peculiar Ashley on Facebook and on TikTok. She makes the most awesome tiny things. I don't know if she's a YouTube, I'll have to double check. Oh, and all of the stuff like the Let's Resin, Eco Resin, and all that I'll be using, I will link in the description. So I'm just making some lines because I want to give it a stained glass window look. So I am giving it a bunch of lines to give it the glass effect. That way I can color it in so it looks more stained glass. And I'm just thoroughly impressed that I made straight lines, let's be real. And the good thing about doing it on glass is if I get out of the circle, I can just kind of scrape it off with my finger. Trying to decide which marker colors I want to use. Oh look, I changed the angle, yay me! And since it's a foresty theme, I'm gonna go with a couple different green markers. Anytime now, Lacey. There we go. Sorry, guys. Alright, so we're just going to go diagonally with the markers inside the little boxes and begin creating our stained glass. These markers are acrylic based markers. I'll link them in the description and I'll let you know which ones I use to get the greens. I'm using like a darkish green and then a yellow green. And And if you notice, I'm leaving white diagonally in between each color, so that when we're done, it won't be white, but it'll be clear. That way you can still see inside the tiny window, and when you have it lit up, the light will come through there as well. So we're just going to finish filling in those little squares. Man, I'm glad this thing has audio cleanup, because all you hear is wind in the background. And there we go. Now I want to make sure that the marker stays and doesn't ever scratch off. So we're going to coat it with some Let's Resin UV resin. As soon as I get the bottle open and the silver lining off the top. Oh my goodness. And for my, when you go to cure the UV resin, I am using my Let's Resin UV lamp. There's the resin we're using. And again, it's the Let's Resin UV resin. Yay, I moved it in the camera view. Woo! And we're just going to fill in that circle. That way when that cures, that marker will not come off. You don't ever have to worry about it. And set it to cure. And our eco resin skulls are good and solid, so we're going to demold those. Aren't these so cool looking? I ended up making way more than I'll need for this project, but you know what? It never hurts to have extras. You never know when you might need them. And to be fair, they look way better with the eco resin than they did with the polymer clay. So I'm really glad I went eco resin route. That's the word. I'm glad I went eco resin route. Sorry guys, sometimes my brain has trouble finding the words I need. And now I'm just cleaning them up with my my little Xacto knife. Just scraping along the edges so they've got nice, smooth, clean edges. Now I just kind of did this over my desk, but in all fairness, you kind of want to do this over a trash can. Should have done this over a trash can. And our window unit is nice and solid. Window unit. It makes it sound like an air conditioner. Our window. Oh, saints above. There we go. That's super cool looking. And I'm trying to get the camera steady, so I wasn't trying to make everybody dizzy. Now, I went to go try to put this back in place, but because I got some of the resin cured around the outside of where it sits into the window, the metal pieces that hold the window in place won't go in right. So I'm going to end up having to glue gun it in. There's got to be a way around making it look better, but you know what? It's just going to sit up with my books, so I'm not too concerned about that. And I'm going to paint the pieces I need with copper acrylic paint. And then I'm going to go over them with some black and kind of smudge it. That way it gives it more of an antique-y look. Antique? Whichever way you want to say it. It all works. I swear, sometimes I just want to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine. It's fine. We're going over it with that black acrylic paint. And I say black acrylic paint. The one I'm using since I ran out of black is, it's not the Payne's gray. It's like a slate gray. Like it goes on dark, but it can also be lighter if you need it to. And we're just covering the extra spaces. Then I cover some in the middle, like the little holes that were there, and then smudge it in. And since I'm using very thin layers of paint, this will dry pretty quick. There we go, just dabbing it in, making sure I get all the white covered up. And again, not sure what I'm doing here. Not a clue. Could be cleaning my brush, could be getting more paint. Then deciding where I want her inside the little house and start working on our second one. I want two. I want one on either side of the fireplace. And from the looks of which ones are left, it looks like I'm going to do the cameo skeleton and the ribcage skeleton piece thing. Yeah, that one. And then smudge in the black. I'm foregoing the paintbrush completely, just dipping my finger into the paint and smudging it on. And then we're going to top those with the Let's Resin UV resin, so we don't have to worry about the paint coming off. And why I decided to pour it while it was on acrylic instead of silicone is beyond me. I have no idea. I know better than that. So note to everybody out there, instead of doing this part on a acrylic piece where the resin will stick, you want to do it on silicone. Oh look, I gained my brain back. We're going to put it on silicone, where we should have put it in the first place. Oh my word. In the words of my friend Crystal, I think it's fine. There we go. Set those to cure. Clean that up with an alcohol wipe so the resin doesn't stick to it. Adjust the camera view again. I apologize to anybody I'm making dizzy, because I'm kind of making myself dizzy. So then I found this cap. When I say I use everything in my crafts, I use everything. This is the cap that came to the Let's Resin UV bottle. And I'm going to push in some green polymer clay. And I'm not even going to bother baking it. You'll see why. Just push that right in. Again, I'm sorry it's not in the camera view. Get it all shoved into the cap. And then I remembered I had the green glitter. So I pinched some of that and sprinkle it into the top. And cover it with the UV resin. And voila, a little witch's cauldron. Now I'm looking for more tiny pieces. I've got some little seashells, some little rocks. And then I discovered this cute little skull with a Chaz rhinestone eyeballs. So we're going to pop that in there too. There's our little skull. So we're going to put we're going to put glue on his butt. And pop him in this little corner. There he is. And then we're going to put up our first little skull. And that is the rib cage. There's our little witchy cauldron. And then we're going to put our second one up on the other side of the fireplace. And then I noticed some of the glue spilled out underneath. So now I'm going to spend a few seconds trying to get that glue out before I just give up and say, you know what, it is what it is. By the way, Alita, again, if you're watching, thank you so much for the tweezers inside my box too. They are magnificent. See, I'm still fighting with the glue. Yep, I give up. I decided it's fine. I'm going to add some more seashells into our bookcase. That's what I need to find, y'all. I need to find some like teeny tiny little bottles. Or a resin mold that's for teeny tiny little bottles. There's an idea. And then we're going to put our little witchy cauldron right there in the back. And you notice when I pushed it down to get it to where it's solid glued in place, I pushed it from up from the bottom and down from the top. That way nothing falls apart. Put away all our little tinies, and voila! What you guys think? It's so cute and homey looking. I would definitely sit there and read a book by the fireplace. And then our little witchy section in here, which goes into the forest below. I love how this turned out. I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys hang with me, and can't wait to show you guys the next video because I have a lot more cool stuff coming out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. See you later.